What's up? It's Andre. I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm gonna mention something about what makes a human special compared to all species and all entities of reality. When it comes to every species, why are men, human men, considered to be special? Because a human man alone in all of reality is made from the combination of everything. What makes us men unique is that every part of us is taken from something that already exists. We're literally a combo. We're literally a concentrated form of everything that reality has. We're reality in this concentrated manner. So I'll explain it better. Okay. Now, when it comes to women are since women are the female counterpart to the human man. The female human. They're closest to us in being made from everything. But there's one thing they're lacking: the Y chromosome, which is the dark mind. Females have everything that we have except the dark mind. Because if they had the dark mind, then they'll be. If they had the Y chromosome, then they'll be a man. That's the thing. But human females are our female counterparts. So they're our half. So yeah, they have everything that we men are made up of except the Y chromosome. That's the only thing that they don't have. So that's why I'm only going to mention the human male. Because the human male alone is made from a combo of everything. So I'll mention the parts of us that's made for something. Let me see here. Our hair on our head and our hair right here, our antenna, our beard, our hair, our mustache, is made from grass. Our shell, our body, is made from the earth egg. Yep, another word for the dust of the earth, or the mud of the earth. Dust of the earth, Our eyes are made from protein and water, liquidly. Let's see. Our teeth and bones are made from stone. Our stems within our stems are made. The veins within us are made from stems of plants. Let's see. The signals in our brain, whenever we want to move something with our will within our body, the signals is made from the heavenly beings, the light beings, the angels. Is made, it's their light signals. Signals are made from the universal signals, the angels. Yeah, our brain is made from the throne of the highest, since it represents the highest heaven. Our breath of life is the sperm of the source that he breathed into this shell made from the earth egg. That's what gave us life, which is what soul is, the combination of the materials the body is made up of and the breath of life from the source. So that's what gave us our animation. Because the sperm is what causes the life. The egg is just the soil. So let me see here. Our blood is made from water. Our blood is made from water. What else? That's pretty much the main ingredients of how we humans are made. Yeah. Let me see, when it comes to the physical side, because now I'm going to mention the other side. Let's see. Our soul, like I said, is our soul, which is our personality. Another term for our personality, which is why we're animated. It's a combination of the breath of life from the source, which is the sperm of the source, and the body made from the earth, which is the earth egg, which is the egg, which is the soil. Yeah. So combine that together, and you have a living soul, which is a soul is what we are right now that you're looking at. See? Yeah, exactly. So yeah. It's not a ghost that comes out the body like you're taught. No, the soul is what you're seeing right now. A soul is a living creature, no matter what materials it's made up of. So humans are just made from the combo of the source creating through the earth. So yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, and our physical body is taken from the pieces of the earth, different pieces. So yeah, and water. And like I said, now when it comes to our mind, the construct of a man's mind, our mind is made from the original family of the heavens. Universal shadow, universal light, universal wisdom. And the dark is the omnipresent one, the source, who's not a creation, he's the creator. So anyway, I'll mention the construct of our mind, which is made from the original family, which is why our mind is, which is why we have the intellect You know, it's made our mind is made from the construct of the original family, you know, of the heavens, which is, let's see here, our shadow mind within us is also called our ego. Yep. So our ego is made from the original ego. That's right. Then our light mind, our light side within us, our good side, you know, all the terms is known as, is made from the universal lights. That's right. Our thoughts, our word is made from the original thought / word. That's right. Our thoughts, our thinking, thought. Yeah, that's called also called our light mind. And then our imagination mind is made from universal wisdom. The wisdom within us is made from the original wisdom, which is the ability to imagine, you know, shape and forms. You know, the origin of all shapes and forms. Yeah, it's made from wisdom. So and the dark mind as well. The dark is beyond the thoughts, ego, and wisdom. It's the same creator that started everything within us. That's why when a man doesn't think, you know, they call it our nothing box, right? Notice how when we don't think or even, you know, entertain our self-awareness or imagine, it's just the void within us. Yeah, that's the dark. That's something that men have that women don't have. That part also, the dark also is known as the Y chromosome, which is what the Y chromosome is physically based off of. Yeah. So and every part of us that we're made from, there are parts of us made from the different species of existence. Yeah, like elementals. You know, like you know how the main ingredients of all reality is light, which is nowhere for fire. The reason why we have a troll side of our personality, where we like to troll someone and troll things, is because that part of our spirit is made from trolls. You know, people who like to troll. You know, we like to troll. You know, trolls are one of the earth spirits of Earth, and they go around. They like to mess around, but people can also work with them too if they choose to. Troll spirits are that part of our, you know, personality is made from that, because our personality is also made from the combo of all spirits combined. Our animal side, which is the part of us, our instinct that's in tune with the earth, is made from animals that wander the earth. That part of us is made from animals. It's not just our physical body, or many of our spiritual aspects is made from components of the species of reality. So, and just like I mentioned, our signals is made from angels. Yeah. Whew. Our self-awareness counterpart is made from God's self-awareness, you know, the universal ego. So, and our light mind is made from God's light, the son of the firstborn son of creation, the word, you know, which is our thought with all this. And wisdom is made from God's daughter, you know, which is, the daughter in heaven. You know how there's the son in heaven, the mother in heaven, the daughter in heaven, and the creator and the father in heaven created all of his original family before the heavens. Yeah, then the upper parts of our body, from upward to downward, you know, in all directions, is based off of the rest of the heavens, you know. And our heart is based off of the earth. It's pretty much how the earth is also known as God's heart. And I won't just mention that, but in this reality, everything that exists is also known as the embodiment of the source. Because not only are they alive, they represent a body part of the source, and even the aspects of the mind. So I'm gonna say that now. You ready? Okay. The shadow, the first being that came from the void, the dark. Yeah, and the original female that came from the dark. The dark is the original male, and the first being that came from the original male is the original female, also known as the shadow. The shadow is also known as the universal ego. It's the creational ego, you know, what all egos are based off of. And then in the dark, the creator himself is also called the original unconscious. Remember, the source goes beyond the thought of self-awareness and the imagination. The source is not only the creator that everything starts, but he's literally the nothing, you know, no shape or form. His affinity is zero, the dark, the black. He's literally not only is the creator where everything comes out of, he even exceeds the construct of the mind. Ain't that something? When you actually think about it, yeah. Turns out his ego, his thought, and his wisdom is actually creations too. They're incarnations too. Yeah. So the source exceeds, his mind construct, which he created first from himself. So anyway, there was pure nothing, which is, you know, the original, you know, unconsciousness, like no state, just pure zero affinity. And then he realized himself, and that's when the shadow mind was born, which is known as the universal ego. And all egos that exist is based off the original ego. Yep. and then so I'll just say God's ego. I'm used to the term people are used to hearing when it comes to the creator, so I'm gonna use that term. Yeah, God's ego, and then and then what came next was the source created through the ego. You know, the mother, the father created through the mother, which is us having sex is based off of, you know, created through the the mother, the creative it's also called the creation process. Yeah, because all creation is made from the combo of male creating through female of every realm, every male and female. Yeah. So anyway, the original male created the original female, then came lights. Dark created your shadow, then came light. Light's their first child and the firstborn of reality. He's also called, he's lights, and that's why Shadow is also called a light bearer, because the creator made the light through her, and she was pregnant with the light. You know what I'm saying? And then gave birth to the light, that same light. And then they had a second child. The creator created through the shadow again. Then came wisdom, their second born of creation, and she's a daughter in heaven and the little sister of the lights. You know, and then the light, the male, created through the wisdom, the female, and then came all the realms of the heavenly beings, you know, and you know, in all the surroundings, yeah, like made from a combo of light creating your wisdom. That's right. And then the light created you shadow next, and then came water that we drink. Look. Yeah, the light male created you shadow next, female, and then came water. And water is male as well. Water created your wisdom, which is female. And then came the firmament and earth. The firmament is male, the earth is female. And then the source himself got with the earth. The creator himself got with the earth. Then through the earth came us humans and animals and humans and spirits of this world, made from the materials of this realm. So we're literally, So basically, what makes beings of earth have in common with the original family is that the Father in heaven fathered us directly, just like he did the original family. The heavenly beings, the heavens, was born indirectly, you know. I mean, they're part of the creation process, don't get me wrong. I'm saying, like, they came about because their father is the light and their mother is wisdom. That's how they came about. When they were born, they were all created with a fixed number that they don't increase or decrease, you know. They're all created with a fixed number, you know, that they, The only time it decreases is if they're killed. That's all I can say. Oh, yeah. But like I said, because it doesn't go, so basically to put it short, it doesn't go beyond a certain number. And even if they lose those numbers, there was still, there's so many of them anyway. So, that's right. There will be a subtraction, but that's it. Like when it comes to their numbers, but they won't go over a certain number. How much is that number though? I have no idea. That's all I can say. Because that hasn't been told to me. You know, it's not considered important for me to know. That's why I don't know that about some stuff. You know, because it's not considered important. You know, or either or. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's that. Voila! All reality is created from the combination of a male creating to a female. People don't know that. People think the male and female started with the earth realm. No. Us humans, male and female, is based off of male and female energy. So yeah, that's just how it is. So yeah. So anyway, to put it now, let's see. Okay, what was I going to talk about? I tend to be all over the place. All right. Now I mentioned the creative process. Oh yeah. So anyway, what the Earth realm has in common with the original family is that the original family and the Earth realm, we all reproduce. Yeah, we create. We have babies. We have the heavenly beings of the heavens that are born in between. All the gods, goddesses, angels, heavenly animals, and heavenly animals that are only exclusive to heaven, you know, that don't exist on earth. Yeah, all the species born up there. Heavenly beings are the only beings in existence that don't reproduce. They're only they're created with a fixed number. So that's right. So they're the only beings that don't reproduce. So, because the cosmic family, the heavenly family, played a part in the rest of creation. You know, the father started the creation process, and and then all the male extensions created through their female counterparts, and not just their female counterparts, other females are, you know, cosmic level, you know, like the gigantic, and like I said. So, the heavenly beings were born indirectly, you know, because of the combo of light, creating your wisdom. So, so therefore they weren't fathered directly by the Heavenly Father. You know, they were just created indirectly. The earth realm, the humans, animals, and spirits of this world were created directly from the Father creating through the wisdom. Creating through the earth, not wisdom, the earth, sorry. Oh yeah. Later, at some point, the father did create you the wisdom, the daughter, at some point in history. Which that's actually plays a part to why the sun and moon exists. In the sky. But by the way, the sun and moon exists because the father created your wisdom at some point. Later, the daughter. Yeah. Yeah, everything that comes into existence is because it's actually a male crank to a female. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, so you understand. It's not just a physical thing. Yeah. But they don't have the same bodies that we got. Like a lot of heavenly beings are the original family that have no humanoid look at all. They don't have any humanoid look. They're completely alien to how we're used to looks, basically. Because the heavenly family and the water that we drink in the firmament Earth are gigantic heavenly bodies, and they're so big that we can't really measure them. They're gigantic. Yeah. The heavenly family. Think about the heavenly family. The heavenly family is as big as all of reality. I'm saying when it comes to how big they are, they're that big. Yeah. While the dark alone is omnipresent, so yeah, you can't really say this dark is big. He's just the source of everything. So there's no measurement to his height. While the original family is as big as the rest of creation. Yeah, they're the same size as the rest of creation. Did you know that? Yeah. That's why you can't really see the original family because they're so gigantic. It's like, yeah. The water that we drink and bathe in is so big that you understand before the earth and the firmament was created, the water was created first before there was an earth and the firmament. Yeah. So the water was created first. The water is gigantic as well. Like think about all the oceans, lakes, and water, and also the water above the sky. Because the firmament divided the waters from above and beneath. So that water above the sky is still part of the ocean of Earth. We just they're connected. We just can't see it. That's all. Oh yeah, but like I said, but all the waters are it's just one entity. It's just all one water. That's right. So water is dude, it's so big. It's as big as the heavens. Yeah. And then let's see, the firmament Earth is so big. Yeah. Like I said, if you compare us humans to the firmament Earth, we're so small that exactly. So all I can say, yeah. So the cosmic family. Yeah. The original family is so big. They're bigger than. Think about it. The water and the earth and firmament are gigantic too, but not as big as the original three. How the source created his own family. The mother in heaven, the daughter in heaven, the son in heaven. That original family is as big as all of reality because all of reality is made from the combo of the original family. But when it comes to water, when it comes to the heavens. When it comes to water, firmament, and earth, they're gigantic too, like massively big, way big than you can really, but they're not as big as wisdom, shadow, and light. That's the thing. But they're big, they're so big though, but not any compared to the three. And like I said, the dark is not really he's not an incarnation at all. He's the source, so that's why we can't really say how, he's affinity, so there's no measurement to how big he is, so. Because he's literally the source. There's no shape and form of him. Oh yeah. So when it comes to So like I said, the original. So basically, and the heavens, right? The heavens is made from the combo of light, ranger, wisdom. So the heavens are big, and the silhouettes that's in heaven, the creation and all of at some point the moon created you the moon the sun created you the moon, and then came the stars. Let's see here. And then the other things came about because of male craned or female. I don't know every species that exists. That's all I can say. But it's At some point, water created your wisdom again, and then came other things. Which are the heavenly creatures, the Leviathan that lives in the ocean of heaven. Since the earth is in the ocean of heaven anyway, that's also another term for where the earth is located. It's in the ocean of heaven. But there are many babies that they had, many species, and like I said, so like there's no telling me how many times that they had sex and had like more new creatures, and of course there came a point where creation stopped. The creative process ended up stopping, and the last natural realm of existence is the earth realm. And there's no more thing beyond the earth. There's no more. The earth is the densest. The earth realm and the beings of earth are the densest form of life. Let's see here. It's the most. It's about when it comes to condense. You know what I'm saying? When it comes, it's the most condensed natural life. Yeah, the demon realm came into existence because of unnatural causes. Yeah, because there was a time where some heavenly beings wanted to see what it was like to make. They wanted to see what it was like to make babies, because they can't reproduce. So like I said, they turned into human men instead of Earth woman, and then because of that, a hybrid was born. They have two bodies stacked on top of each other, both the physical body of Earth and both because the physical body came into being because they slept with Earth woman. During that time, the angels that slept with Earth woman turned into physical human men. Wherever a being transformed into, they inherit those physical traits. They inherit those. Yeah. So basically, the heavenly beings has two body. I mean, sorry, the hybrids had two bodies stacked on top of each other. One made of flesh, one made of spirit. They had two because their dad was both physical and spiritual. Their body was born because their dad was physical before he turned back into a spiritual being. So even though this physical flesh was temporarily, their bodies was made from their dad transforming into a physical being to have sex. Yeah, and even though they turned back into a spiritual being, the body's physical giants, because it started on Earth, right? When they were born, they kept their physical bodies, and they didn't transform because, yeah, like I said, that's why their bodies was unnatural, and they were giants walking around stomping on things, and what they were, yeah, they were like fee fi full dumb. That's where giants come from, by the way. So yeah, the giants of old. The reason why their bodies were so big and massive, the ordinary humans who are not hybrids were like grasshoppers in size compared to them, literally. Yeah, they because their bodies are made from transformed physical male heavenly beings. Yeah. And because they're their real form of the heavenly beings are mainly spiritual, made out of pure light. Light beings, not just spiritual, but they're actually light beings. They're the giants' spirit. Second body is made from spirit too. Like dense, really dense and heavy light. Like not like it's like faulty light where it's not fully glowing. It's too small to where it's like weakened basically. So anyway, that's how their second body is made from. And when they died in the flood, in order for them to continue existing and not go back to the void, ceasing to exist, because death means to cease to exist. Any being that dies goes back to the void, the pure state of nothing. Yeah. So what the giants did was they transferred their mind to their second body so they can keep living. But their second body is the opposite of their physical body, because their second body is so weak that it caves in on itself and they can't sustain it. They're always in pain. They wander the earth, and the only way that they can minimize the pain, they have to possess things like trees, humans, animals. They prefer humans over trees and animals because we give off the most life energy. And but there are conditions that must be met for them to possess somebody. They have to get the person to be on the same wavelength as them, to be negative to a certain level of negativity or evil. So they can't just possess someone. Like, it's not that easy. They need people to be on this, like, at least a close enough wavelength to where they can latch onto. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's why the demons exist, because of unnatural causes. The heavenly beings wanted to see what it's like to have babies. And they found Earth woman as beautiful as the goddesses of heaven. You know how there are females in heaven who are beautiful, naked, sexy, beautiful. They don't really wear clothes up there. It's just, they wear clothes. When they wear clothes, it's really just a fashion up in heaven. That's the only reason they wear it. It's just like the wings that some heavenly beings have. Just like how there are heavenly beings that don't look humanoid at all, there are heavenly beings that look like humans as well. But the only difference is some will have no wings, and some will have wings. So there are beings up there who look like a human, except they will be let's see, so they'll have wings growing out their back. Like the classic angels you hear in folklore. Yeah, they'll have wings growing out their back, while the other angel would be a human, fully human, but have no wings. So they will look like a human, like us. They'll look just like us, but they will just have no wings. While there will be those who like us, but they'll have wings growing out their back, massive wings. Their wings are really just a fashion or decoration up there. They don't need it to fly. That's right. It's really just a decoration or fashion or a sign of beauty. Is something that they, don't ask me, I'm a human. So it's like, I only know as much as what I've been told. So yeah, they basically, it's a fashion show up there when they comes to angel. Because if you, all heavenly beings can levitate and fly and stand on the air. So they don't need wings to fly. It's just a decoration. So if you put a heavenly being that looks like a full human like us, Like the difference between us and them is that they can fly and levitate and fly through the air really fast, like Superman. They can like woohoo, ha ha, ha. And the top speed is light speed. So when they if they travel at their highest speed, they'll appear like they teleport to us. Yeah, and to them because they can't experience time when they're traveling at that speed. All they'll know is they'll go from point A to point B. And not only that, when you travel light speed, you can pass through solid objects and water. So yeah, that's why there's no such thing as obstacles when you're at light speed travel. So oh yeah. As I was saying, the heavenly. Oh yeah, so basically, yeah, I'm mentioning all kinds of stuff, but yeah, because a lot of stuff don't really matter. It's just I'm just mentioning. Oh yeah, so back to what I was saying about now the heavenly beings, the beings born in between are the only beings who can't reproduce. They're created with a fixed number. So, but at one point, some of them wanted to experiment with Earth women because they found them beautiful, like how the goddesses up there, because there are goddesses up there who have humanoid looks too, who are human women. They're just naked all the time, and when heavenly beings have sex up there, they have sex for pleasure, not to reproduce. They can just have sex whenever, but it's just for pleasure. When the males have sex with their female counterparts, it's just for pleasure. Yeah, it's for fun, and heaven up there is pretty much a real paradise. There's all kinds of cities and societies up there. There are also rules and there's like regulations. Heavenly beings do not die natural death. They don't have a lifespan. They can only be killed in battle. Whenever they fight against other beings, or you know what I'm saying, they can only die in battle. And they have features that beings of our world don't have. If they get, for example, if they get hit by a sharp attack where their arm is cut off, or whatever being they are, where they have no humanoid look, they just look completely alien to us. If a part of the body gets cut off, they can grow that body would just reappear, it will grow back. But they will have to keep dodging the enemy's attack, like dodge their attack constantly. And so that way they have enough time for that part of them that got cut off to grow back. Exactly. But if they stand there and just keep getting cut, or not just cut, but vaporized with magic, beams and however they get attacked with, then they're gonna die and cease to exist. And yeah, that's why they had to keep dodging. So they're gonna die, and anything that dies, that goes back to the material they're made up of. Heavenly beings are made from the surrounding light, so their body goes back to the surrounding light. Yeah, their incarnation dies basically, but they don't have a lifespan, so they can live forever as long as they're not killed. So anyway, oh yeah, so yeah, I keep going all over the place 'cause I like to just explain different things about reality. So yeah, oh yeah, but yeah, heavenly beings are created with a fixed number and they can't reproduce. They can only have sex for pleasure. There are heavenly beings that look like female, just like the males, right? That look like fully men, like men. There are women and girls, just like men and boys up there, who eternally look that way, and they look like let me see here. They look like a human man, woman, or child. That's the thing. Depends on what race they're. I'm trying to say. Because there are heavenly beings that look like eternal children as well. It's not just adult humans. So it's like it's not just grown up humans. So. Now, as I was saying, most of the time they're naked. They wear clothes only as a fashion sense. That's all I can say when it comes to men and women and boys and girls, lookalikes up there. Let me see if I remember. Let me see. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So anyway, now, before I explain the rest, the heavenly beings up there, right? Now, the ones closer to our realm look more humanoid like we do. But then their looks start looking completely alien depending on how high up in the heavens you go. There's 9 realms of heaven, and then there's no more creation. So when you go up, 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 then the beings... Because see, the beings are more powerful than the humanoid-looking ones, or the ones that look completely human with wings out the back, and some don't have wings. They all could just fly and levitate, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if they have wings or not, So the ones closest to our realm look just like us, But they're made out of different material, because we humans of this realm are made out of earth with the combo of the breath of life, while the heavenly beings, all of them are made from the surrounding light with the combo of the breath of life. So they're so they're made out of they're made out of like pure exactly. It's like remember the breath of life is also called the universal sperm. Because all males have the sperm, because all males are based off of the creator himself. We're literally the creator incarnate, so that's why we have the same sperm, the breath of life. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Let me see. What are they talking about? See, but it's okay because y'all are learning. That's all that matters. Because I know you're already taking notes. That's all. I want people to understand how reality is built, how it's set up. Yeah. Oh yeah. At a deeper level. That's what I'm trying to do with my videos too. Is you bring realization about things. So oh yeah. So let me see. the heavenly beings up there. Oh yeah. So anyway, closer to our realm, the angels and heavenly beings will look human like us, no different from us. They're just made out of light. That's a different material. So they will have our same look and everything. Like all of this that you see us have right here. All of this, the nails you see we have. See the nails, the beard, yeah. But they'll just they're just made out of different material. But if you put them right next to a human man, you won't be able to tell the difference because no matter what material something's made up of, it will be made in so much detail that you can't tell that they're made of that material. Exactly. So if you put them next to it, they'll appear to be just like us. Yeah. But the difference is if they show their true glow, it'll be otherworldly, basically. Oh yeah. Because when spirits transformed, all spirits can, they have an original form, but they could change their form whenever they want. You know, it's part of their magic. They're spirits born with powers. That's just how it is. They're born with powers. The main common power for all spirits is transformation. They could take on a form that's not theirs, you know, but they have an original form. So, while beings of this world, one of our traits that we don't have is that of the earth realm is we can't transform at all. Yeah. A heavenly being have to teach us that. So, oh yeah. But what we're made up of, the earth realm is dense, like really dense. So that's why we're heavy. We hop and we can't fly. You know what I'm saying? That's why the earth is perfect for us. Why we stand on top of the earth, you know, it's because the earth is perfect for us. We can't fly. So you know how it is. Oh yeah. As I was saying, without the earth, we'll drown in the ocean. We'll drown in the ocean, the water of the great deep. You know, of the ocean of heaven, we'll drown if it wasn't for the earth to stand on. There'd be nothing to stand on, basically. There won't be anything to stand on. Oh yeah, as I was saying, the heavenly beings. So okay, yeah, please bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna finish up what I was talking about. Okay, so the heavenly beings are closer to our realm when it comes to the heavens. They look completely like us, and then when you go farther up in the heavens, they start looking completely not human. You know what I'm saying? When you go further up, and then there are beings that have no humanoid look whatsoever. They have no human looking. They'll just be. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. To what humans, some heavenly beings would be creepy looking. I'll put it like that. They'll look completely alien, like in a way we're not. They'll have like 5 eyes, 10 eyes, 100 eyes. And some will be bigger than others. Some heavenly beings are giant compared to the other heavenly beings, and while some heavenly beings are small, some heavenly beings are it's crazy, man. Some heavenly beings are like let's see here, So and then when you go further up, they start looking more alien. Like for example, you know the original family. Now I'm gonna mention the original family. Okay, why do I say the original family or is as big as the rest of reality? Like they're the same size as reality. Why? Because before the heavens was created, the original family was created first, right? And the heavens came to being because the light created through wisdom. And when it comes to Mother Heaven's shadow, Mother Heaven's also the self-awareness counterpart of the dark. So the Mother Heaven doesn't have an actual body. She's basically ghostly when it comes to the spirit world. So she looks just like the dark. If you look at the Mother in heaven, she looks like the dark. So she don't really have a because shape and forms came into being because of creating through wisdom as a portal. Wisdom, the daughter in heaven, is the origin of all shapes and forms, 5 senses, the distinction to tell the difference between anything. She's literally which is why our imagination is based off of the form and shape. You know, she's literally the origin of all shapes and forms. That's another term for the daughter in heaven, wisdom. So whenever a male counterpart is created through, so when light created through wisdom, which is why the heavenly beings have their shape and detail and all that, and because water that we drink was not, so basically when light created through shadow, because it wasn't water. I'm sorry, because light. Okay, when light created through shadow, because light didn't create through wisdom again. That's why water has no real. Water being the son of light and shadow, water has no real form because light created through shadow at that time. The shadow, the Mother in heaven. And then, but because it wasn't wisdom used as the ingredients, that's why water has no real shape. Water has no real shape because it wasn't wisdom used at that time. Water came into being because the father of water is light and the mother of water is shadow. But water also is male, and water created through shadow. And because shadow was used as the ingredients again, you know, she's female. She was used as the ingredients again, like she was when the light created you wisdom to create the heavens. Because water created your wisdom and she was used as the ingredients again. That's why the firmament and earth has a shape. You know what I'm saying? Made out of many detail. Yeah, that's right. So and then the source God with you know how so basically the firmament and the earth is the son and daughter of light and wisdom, and then the father got with the same earth, and you know what I'm saying exactly. And that's how, and Earth is of a denser material, so you know how it is. It's a combination of water and current your wisdom, which is why if you saw how the Earth came into being, it would appear to appear out of nowhere out of water. Same with the firmament, that's just how they materialize when it comes to our sight, how we saw it. They come out of the yeah. If we saw the creative, if a human were able to watch the creative process, some things we will notice come into being, and some things we won't. Like if for the first creation, right, the first incarnation, like for example, we will not notice the self-awareness coming to being because she looks like the unconscious, so we won't be able to tell the difference. She looks like the void, so we won't be able to tell the difference. All we'll notice the difference of is that when the light comes to the being, it will appear as a glowing light. Yeah. See, I'm saying some things we won't see come into existence, while some things we'll notice right away. So you know what I'm trying to say? Oh yeah. So I just wanted to say that real quick. Oh yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah. When you go further up, there's no there's no humanoid look at all. So when you get to the original family, dude, how do I explain their look? Because they don't have anything looking that looks like, even though it's not just humans or animals, they don't look like any of the heavenly beings that are creepy looking or look completely different or alien, or look completely not just creepy, but it's like I'm talking about according to how humans consider, because humans are not used to certain looks. As when it comes to the higher heavenly beings, gods and goddesses, they will have a completely different look that we would not be used to. We're like, I mean, they have a shape and a form, they have a distinction. But if you saw them, you won't be. You imagine seeing a tentacle monster with many eyes. Exactly. Now imagine seeing things that you're not used to seeing too. Like they got 5 arms, but then it won't really be arms. It'll just be something. There's no fingers or hands. It'll just be. I'm saying there could be beings with like 4 faces on when it comes to their head, and it's like, yeah, I'm saying like, and then there are beings who just like they'll just be a circle ball with eyes on it. There are beings that can be like. And then there are beings who have horns on their head and be like, and they won't like. There's no face, or they'll be like, oh. And then there are beings who look completely beast-like, animal. There's no humanoid. They're just like, and then they'll have 10 legs, and there'll be. I'm just keeping it real. When you get to the highest heavens, there'll be beings that humans would consider creepy, but they're not villains though. Don't get the wrong idea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, though they're good and bad in every race. Oh yeah. But anyway, so. Yeah, there are those who are good guys and bad guys, and like, yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway, so basically, the original family. The only difference is they don't look like all the incarnations within reality, right? The heavenly, the original family, the heavenly family, do not have no. They have no. There's all the heavenly beings and beings of reality of Earth, and the demons, the angels, all the heavenly beings, the spirits of the Earth, I'm saying every species, humans, animals, insects, basically the heavenly family are unique looking to where there's not one species in heavens and earth that looks like them. And now I'll mention how they look based on what I've been shown. They're as big as all of reality. So let's see here, shadow. It's like this. They pretty much yeah, they have a limit to how they look, but it's like they have no real like Shadow doesn't have a body, like she just looks like the dark. So then when it comes to light, the light is illuminating, glowing. It's not ordinary. It's not really a shape. It's illumination. You know what I'm saying? But it illuminates to a certain distance, and that's it. They reach a point where it doesn't go beyond. And then wisdom is the origin of shape and form. Yeah, she's where so. The original family don't have ordinary bodies like the rest of creation. I thought, well, their bodies are even unique compared to the heavens. So it's like, yeah, I can't really put it into terms how it is, but I'll just say they're as big as the heavens and earth, like combined. Yeah. That's right. So it's like, yeah, ain't that crazy? Yeah. And then so I have to mention that. So I can't really But what I know for sure, I can't really measure them, but what I know for sure is that the source is the only one who's affinity himself, and yeah, so the source alone has no shape. And like I said, while it's true that the shadow, the mother in heaven, has no shape, you know what I'm saying? Because she don't have a body. She looks like the dark. She's basically ghostly when it comes to the spirit world. But She's also an incarnation. That's the difference. What she has in common with the rest of reality, that she's also an incarnation. Yeah, yeah. She's the first. You know, she's the first. She's the first, like, subtle spirit that came from the dark. So she's the first. Yeah, yeah. Because the dark, the source, the creator, exceeds even the self-awareness counterpart. And he's also what being unconscious is based off of. Unconsciousness. He's also called the unconscious, the Father in heaven, the creator. And because he's where all rules come from, you know, all the reality comes from, you know, good and bad, all that comes from. He, yeah, you know what they say, make all the rules. And he's also where common sense and logic and, you know, I'm just saying, like, he's literally, 'cause that's why he goes beyond what we know as sense or logic. Okay, also logic is another term for the light anyway, you know, the necessary good, the light, yeah. It's like, so, while shadow is called the self-awareness counterpart, or the, you know, she's also called the necessary evil, so, yeah, yeah. Or the sin, the universal sin, you know. She's, yeah, just many terms to describe, the family and many, you know, other species. There's many terms that are known as. So yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to what I stated earlier. Enough about that. I'm gonna go back to what I stated earlier. Now, the original family, yeah, basically they all can't reproduce. They can only, yeah, yeah, yeah. But if they choose to turn into a being of this earth realm, they can reproduce that way with their temporary form. Yeah, yeah. But that's a law in heaven that's forbidden for heavenly beings to do. Because reproduction is only meant for the humans of this and animals of this world and species of this world, while and then the original family reproduced too, which is what created the cosmic, the heavenly bodies in the earth realm, and you know, they play a part in helping out with creation. You know, the son, daughter, and mother helped the father out with the rest of creation, and you know, so they yeah, and yeah, so the only ones who reproduced were really beings of this realm, the earth realm, and the original family, the cosmic family, yeah. While the heavenly beings can't reproduce, you know, that's it. So they don't know what it's like to have children. They only create with a fixed number. But there's a lot of them already, you know what I'm saying? There's so much of them that even if they die throughout the ages, there's no lack of them. That's all I can say. Because they have so much in number, you know? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. So as I was saying, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Let's see here. So, oh yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So the difference with on the Earth realm, we keep reproducing for centuries, right? The heavenly family reproduced to a certain point, then they stopped reproducing. Yeah, they created to a certain point, which is why there's no more creation process. Yeah, yeah. Because like I said, everything that was born was because of male came to female. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's see. Let's see. It's Then there are some stars that were born that are not the children of the sun and moon at all. That's right. So, like, how did they come into being was because water created wisdom again. So the heavenly family create more over time. You know, the males and females of the original family kept creating to a certain point, but the only difference they stopped creating at some point. Now, if you can ask me how, I was never told that when they stopped. That's all I can say. So, yeah, because there's many species I haven't mentioned that came into being, like many beings within the heavenly ocean, you know, that are even as big as the continents or bigger than the continent. They came because of water creating wisdom again. And it's like, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, like, how many times did they keep having sex? You know, besides, you know, how the origin of, yeah, I have no idea. 'Cause I haven't been told that. I've just been told I've just been told the time period from, you know, the spark of reality coming to existence. Yeah, you know, like the source realizing himself all the way up to the earth realm. I was just told only that in that detail, but I wasn't told how many times they had sex, which is why many beings came after, you know. So yeah, I have no idea. They haven't told me that. They only told me the only time they told me they had sex is when the heavens and earth came into being. You know, they only told me that. But when it comes to the other stuff in detail, yeah, it doesn't matter if I know it or not. That's basically what they said. So, oh yeah, so, but yeah, so, yeah, so, they're, oh yeah, so yeah, so with the Earth realm, have a common with the original families, yeah, reproduce. Except we're still reproducing to this day, the Earth realm. While the heavenly family stopped at some point, yeah, that's why there's no more adding to creation. Yeah, the only adding to creation, you know, is humans and animals and spirits that can reproduce on Earth that are creating on this realm. Because there are spirits on Earth just like in heaven. They're just not in heaven. They're of the Earth realm. They're created to be part of Earth. So, and like I said, the only difference, they have body made out of spirit essence. You know what I'm saying? So they, the spiritual beings can reproduce only of the earth realm. Yeah, there's spirits made out of smokeless fire. There are spirits who are made out of, yeah, because there, you understand, there are spirits that are born on earth with humans and animals. Yeah, they're of this realm. So, yeah, the only beings that can reproduce in existence, I mean, who are still reproducing. Sorry, let me rephrase that, because the heavenly beings just stopped. The original family just stopped at some point. But the only beings in all of reality that are still reproducing to this very day is humans, animals, and the spirits of this world. Yeah, the spirits of this world. So yeah, that's the only ones that are reproducing. So yeah, and then yeah, all the beings born from the cosmic family. Yeah, they're yeah. Some of them stop, while some of them are still you know what I'm saying? Because while some of them are, oh, for example, the Leviathan and all those beings born because of water, created wisdom. Yeah, those beings are, yeah, now, yeah, they're still reproducing too, but yeah, some of them are though. Yeah, see, so not all of them are, but yeah, uh, but while the original family, yeah, the sources, the fallen in heaven's original family, the mother in heaven, shadow in heaven, and daughter in heaven have stopped reproducing at some point because there's no longer a need to. So yeah, there's all just, yeah, creation. The whole creation, is complete, and the only things reproducing is of the earth realm. So, so that's pretty much the only difference. So yeah, yep. One of the reasons why this realm will keep reproducing, because every being on earth has a we call it has a lifespan. Lifespan. That's it. It's called lifespan. So we we continue reproducing for different reasons too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because if we don't keep reproducing, there will be no more beings of this world, because we'll all die off. So, hmm but yeah, I wanted to mention that. So yeah. So anyway, now before I close this video, I'm gonna go back to my original point. All right, all beings. When you look at existence as a whole, right? All beings can also be called the creator's body part, you know. For example, the mother in heaven is also known as God's self-awareness counterpart. Self-awareness. And remember, the self-awareness in other terms is known as, you know, the ego, the necessary evil, the shadow mind, the female, the X chromosome within a man, that's the female counterpart to that, our female counterpart, and physical woman. And all females are the physical embodiment of the male feminine counterpart. Yeah. So, oh yeah, but I don't want to get off track. I keep doing that. So, anyway, so the mother in heaven is called the God's ego counterpart. The son in heaven is also called God's thoughts counterpart. The daughter in heaven is called God's imagination counterpart. The heavens, the heavenly beings, it's called God's brain and throne, and all the regions of that throne. You know the regions of our upper part of our body, like going through our neck and all the way downward. Yeah, that's God's counterpart though. That's the thing. When it comes to and then the angels, the signals in our body. Yeah, they're basically God's signals counterpart. And yeah, I'm saying every species in heaven. Yeah. And then the water that we drink is God's blood counterpart. Let me see here. And then the firmament is God's footstool counterpart. And the earth, let's see. The earth is God's heart counterpart. The firmament is also called footstool, but it's also called, let's see, what else? What else is the firmament called? I don't want to forget it. But then it will come back to me anyway. But yeah, the firmament, okay, that sounds like a tool outside the body. Okay, I meant, let me see. I'm going to go by another term. The firmament is called the source's foothold counterpart. Whatever. But yeah. Oh yeah. So it's basically can also be called his feet. So counterpart. While let me see. The earth is called his heart. The highest heaven is called his brain, and then all the beings within the heavens are called his signals and neurons of his brain. Yeah. Water is called his blood. The earth is called his heart. The firmament is called his feet. The The humans are called his blood cells of the heart. The spirit beings are called the different germs of his heart, and the, the different type of cells. Yeah. The animals are called, they're just one of many cells, meant to fulfill certain roles. Uh, and then let's see. Yeah. So I don't want to forget anything. 'Cause like I said, um, all of reality is called the source's embodiment. So now we're not all just living beings. We all represent a body part. And when it comes to all the beings that exist, the difference between all the beings that exist and when it comes to us human men is that all the beings are made from one type of material. When it comes to their body, their embodiment, it's just their embodiment is just made in detail, from one material. While we human men, why we're called special to the Creator, not only are we his second family, he fathered us directly, but he considers us special than all of creation combined. Why? Why are we considered to be very, very unique compared to all species, even the original family? Yeah. It's because of the fact that a human man alone is made from the material, the combo of all things combined. We're not just made in detail. We're made from the combination of everything. Because when everything came into existence, right, they were pretty much overlapping over other, just to make things more detailed and more, made out of different combos and stuff. Yeah. So we humans alone are made from the combination of everything that exists. Okay, we're not just made from combos, and where everything about us is taken from a piece of everything that existed. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the construct of our mind, which we can't really see, our throne is made from the highest heaven, which is the brain of the source. Our brain is based off of that, the levels of the brain, all the way, then going below our brain, all the way up through our neck, down our neck, and those are all, they represent the 9 realms of heaven and the throne, which is the highest heaven, which is the brain, right? And because our brain is based off the throne, right? And then when it comes to the construct of what makes our intellect, why we have the ability to imagine, think, have a personality, think, and it's because our thought is made from the original thought. Our ego is made from the original ego. So our shallow mind is made from the original universal shadow. Our light mind is made from the original light. Our wisdom mind is made from the original wisdom. Our brain is made from the throne. Our neurons and signals in our body is made from the angels and the heavenly beings that fulfill that role. Yeah. Our I don't want to forget anything. Our blood is made from water. Yeah, the God's blood. The water of the heavens. Yeah. Our earth is made from the earth, and the rest of our body is made from the earth. Because the earth is also called the heart of the source, and it's also called the second wife. So that's what our heart is based off of. So our heart is made to be fashioned after, the beauty of the earth. The beauty of the earth. So yeah, I'm just saying, because it's not, our heart is based off of the earth being called the heart of the source, but the earth is the main ingredient that made us. But then our main ingredient is earth and the breath of life, the sperm, which gives us life, and then what forms our intellect is because of the original family. And our signals in our bodies based off the heavenly beings, the angels. The upper regions of our bodies based off the heavens. The lower parts of our bodies based off of the great deep. Where it reaches to the point where there's no more creation. Our feet is based off of the firmament, which is also called God's feet. Which is why the earth is known as His footstool. Yeah. Though the footstool is basically an object, but yet His feet is said to be the firmament is also called His feet. So, humans. Oh yeah. Like I said, remember the difference between our soul and our intellect. I got to tell you the difference between our mind and our soul. Our soul is basically living being in general. It's like when you're a being who's alive. The heavenly beings are also souls, but they're just made out of different material. The only difference is our bodies are made out of different material. Like our bodies is made from the combo of everything. Heavenly beings' bodies are made out of pure light. That's right. Other beings in existence are made out of fire, water. When it comes to their bodies, made out of different. Yeah. But the only difference is we all have the same breath of life. which is what gives life to a soul in general. If we're made from a material, right, by itself, like even a heavenly being made out of light, they would not be alive unless the breath of life is breathed into them. Then their body will come to life. A soul is a combination of the material that the body is made up of and the breath of life, the sperm of the source. That's right, which every man carries. Which is why we do that same thing when we get a woman, when we're fucking a woman, we're creating, and then when our baby is the breath of life of what enters the baby. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the breath of life is the sperm of the source. So that all men have, which is why we all have that, because all men, the real identity of masculinity, which is what all men are images of, in animals, male species, God's heavenly beings, all species who are male. I mean, a male of every species. We are our true identity is the dark. That's the true face of masculinity. What masculinity really looks like. Yeah, the true look of masculinity. Yeah, we are the images, incarnations, extensions of that masculinity. An extension is a male term for the male incarnations. Yeah. Females are called portals, and they're the portal of the original portal, the original ego. Yeah. And they're also they're also taken from a piece of the male counterpart. They're the embodiment of a man's feminine side, or shadow mind. When you're looking at a woman, you're looking at ego incarnate. That's why women are like that. Why their emotion itself, why their ego, why they can't think beyond that. Yeah, because they're created. They're literally the embodiment of that second part of a man. So when you look at a woman, just be aware you're looking at that part of you. So. Yep, and remember, there's many terms that each things are named after. Like for example, the shadow mind is known as ego, emotion, self-awareness, motivation. You hear that? Motivation. So that's so the ability or chaos. Chaos can use for good or evil. It's for the ability to do anything. It's basically or action. The simplest way to say action. Basically, females are the embodiment of action. The ability to do anything. That's why the mere sight of them gives we're like hot. Yeah, we get motivated because they're that motivation part of us, which we have within us still. This is why we can motivate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? While a man can do with or without a woman, because a woman come from us, while a woman cannot do without a man. The reason why they experience loneliness, to them loneliness, lonely is a female term. It's for females only. The reason why they're truly lonely is because they are half of us, XX. They are taken from males. So they can't feel complete unless they're attached to their male counterpart. Yep. Of course, they have to be sentient, in order to, be able to understand the full pain of not having a male. A female animal will be fine as long as they're not aware enough. That's the thing. A female's, because only sentient beings will be able to fully be aware of love and pain. Both sides. Yeah. Well, an animals see things in a dream state. Yeah. Like if humans travel to the astral world, right? The reason why, or you have an ordinary dream, the reason why you're not as aware is because you're not fully conscious while you're there. So you have to train yourself to be fully conscious so you can, you're basically having a taste of how animals see everything. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, animals are mostly instinct. They see everything in a dream state, They're conscious, but not conscious enough. That's all I can say. Yeah. When a human is kind to an animal, that's like a good dream. Yeah. While an animal is killed off by a wild animal, that wants to eat it, right? To them, that's a nightmare, but they're not conscious enough to. I mean, they're conscious. They're just not. They're in a dream state, so they're not fully aware to know fully what's happening. So that's why they can. That's why they can process pain and life at different. To them, it's mainly instinct. So they're not. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up real quick. But yeah, human females get lonely because they were taken from the male counterpart. So this is why with them being alone don't exist. They can't be alone because they can't comprehend that. A man can be alone and feel complete. Our completion have nothing to do with women because women come from us, not the opposite. So because a man represents a complete, this is why we can do with or without women. To us, feeling lonely is not a thing. It doesn't exist. But you gotta understand, a lot of women in society is brainwashed, so they think men think like them. Yeah. But I would just say this: let them think that, Yeah. Because it doesn't matter either way. So, oh yeah. Now, as I was saying, let me see here. A human man is the only thing Oh yeah, we're the only we're the be what makes us special, why we're special to God, is because we're literally made from the combination of everything. When the dark sees us, he sees all of reality as one. So do other beings. Other beings know why we're special too. Yeah. But not every being would tell a human that. There was some of them would keep that a secret. But yeah. This is why we're called why we're called, we're basically, and we're called the gods of this realm. Like the earth realm is made for our sakes, just like the heavenly beings. We're also gods and goddesses. We're just gods. Males are gods. We're made from the combo of breath of life and the earth, the elements of the earth, and then the combinations of the original family and the heavenly beings and the heavens and the water and the yeah. So we're taken from the material that's made from everything. So that's what makes us special. So we're literally we're the only being who is like this. This is why the swords have the angels of the heavens serve us. Why he used them to we're the heavenly beings are also called our servants. They're a family that are born indirectly, right? Yeah, you can also call them the grandchildren of the source, since the light created drew wisdom, and basically so you can also call them the grandchildren of the source, since they're the day and water are the only beings that were created indirectly. Let's see here. Oh, not the only beings, because there's other beings too, but I just haven't been told about them. That's all I can say. Because there's other beings that kept coming to existence after, but I wasn't told that in that detail. That means the source don't want me to know that part, because it makes no difference whether I know it or not. Oh yeah, because he wanted me to just mention the main part. That's it. The main, the why. Why we see what we, what I'm saying. So, so everything that exists is not only a living being, but we represent a body part, basically. Ain't that cool when you think about it? So because like I said, other beings are made from like different material, but they're only made from they're made from like one material. But then there are some that can be made from more than one. But the only being that's made from complete material from everything that exists. Everything, I mean everything. That is us humans, us human men. Since women are the female counterpart to a human man, this is why they're close to us when it comes to being made from everything. The only difference is they don't have a Y chromosome, the Y mind, the dark mind. When they come into existence, they start from the shadow mind and down. Shadow, light, wisdom. So another term is ego, thoughts, and wisdom. Yeah. The egg comes from the sperm. Female's existence is made from the male himself. They're just made from half of us. So yeah, and that goes for all females of every realm. They're made from the male counterpart. The divine feminine that a lot of feminists like to mispronounce a lot is actually made from the divine masculine. Exactly. All males are YX chromosome. All females are XX. Female's entire existence comes from a piece of a male. So, because the feminine is originally from male. So, Oh yeah. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. So, men are both masculine and feminine, while females are just feminine. Men have both, because feminine originated from masculine. So that's just how it is. That's why before there was even the heavens, the original female came out of the original male. So, yeah. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. So, let me see. But before I close, I want to make sure I got everything before I close. Let me see. Is there anything I haven't finished explaining fully? Let's see. Okay, bear with me. Hold on. I want to make sure. Or it doesn't matter if I explain it. Let's see here. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. The main part of this video was to say why humans are special. I wanted people in detail to have a better understanding of why humans are considered special, compared to everything else. Yeah, even the spirits on our realm are not made from the combo of everything. They're only made from a couple material. That's it. Animals are only made to a certain couple of materials. Like I said, let's see here. They're made out of certain materials, but they don't have the full construct of the mind like a man does, a human man. Yeah, they're only given a certain level of awareness. To a certain level. Yeah. This is why they see everything in a dream state while they're in sync. If a human projects his mind, whenever we dream, when it comes to ordinary dream, I gotta mention this reality. we're actually astral traveling to a part of existence. You know, 'cause there's all the realms of existence, right? We will travel onto any of the realms, you know, or even close to our body. Whenever we sleep, our mind will project. So when you're dreaming, you're really somewhere else. It's not just instinct. You're really somewhere else. Like, I'm keeping it real. It's just that you're only as aware as the part of you that goes to that realm. If the only way to have to keep your complete awareness when you go to a realm, you have to practice going to the realm through your ego counterpart within you. Basically, when you astral travel, you gotta make sure you travel through your ego. You know, it's basically the same order of how things came into existence. There was the source, then the source realized himself, then it was the ego. Yeah. Ego's, you know, the original portal. So, you know, you have to use in order to keep your self-awareness when you astral travel, you have to travel to your ego counterpart, you know. In order to do that, you have to recognize the difference between the construct of your mind. Most people don't know that their mind is made out of four components. Most people don't know, so in order to be able to travel to the spirit world whenever you want, you know, basically not only when you sleep, but if you want the master to where you can project your mind outside your body, you have to basically, how should I say this? It starts with traveling through your ego within yourself. Remember, everything that is created has purpose and what it's used for. You know, it's like for example, many religious people, right? Many people think evil is not supposed to exist. That's actually a lie. They just don't know what evil is. Yeah, you know, the negative molecule, the particle. Yeah, they don't know what evil is. Evil is also one of the ingredients of reality. Why reality exists. Yep, just like the necessary good. You know. Yeah, if without evil being used as a portal, you know, by the necessary good, you know how there would be no water. Look. Water exists because evil is the mother of water. And remember, evil is also known as shadow. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. So yes. So what is evil? What is good? What is beyond good and evil? Exactly. People don't know on average. So beyond good and evil is the dark, the Father in heaven. Yeah, while the light, the sun in heaven, is called necessary good. Wisdom, the daughter in heaven, is called the origin of shape and forms of distinctions of the five senses. The mother in heaven is called the necessary evil. See, there's many terms that they're known as, so I'm just keeping it real. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So in order to travel into the astral world with your full awareness intact, you have to learn to travel through your ego while you sleep. You have to hold. Basically, how I do it is that if I choose to want to, you know, go to the spirit world, you know, basically if I want my body to fall asleep by itself every time I go to bed, if I choose to go to the spirit world, I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna hold on to my self-awareness counterpart. Yep, and that's how I do it. So as my body goes to sleep, I keep my mind awake. I choose to do that. So anytime I want to enjoy the spirit world, I'll say, you know what, I want to visit this realm or this realm. So that's how I do it. So I say, you know what, I choose to travel. But if I don't want to go to the spirit world at all, I'll just simply, or if I don't want to be aware enough, you know, that I was even in the spirit world, I'll just simply not hold on to my self-awareness. I'll just simply let my mind shut down with my body as I go to sleep. Yeah, if I choose not to keep my conscience, basically. So yeah, that's how that works. So yeah. So basically, the only way that you can go to the spirit world, the dream world, and be aware that you're dreaming, or, you know, and then you can control the reality around you. You can create your own environment. You can create your mansion. You can create your, you know what I'm trying to say. You can create your wafer, you know, your sex experience, however you want, you know, wherever you choose as an individual. However you choose as an individual. So yeah. You know, you can create your own, you know, if you want to do that, the only way to do that is you have to go there with your full awareness. In order to do that, you must travel to your shallow mind within you as a portal. So anyone has questions about that, just let me know. That's the only way you can keep your full awareness when you dream. So, but anyway, I made it to the end of this video. Yeah, so yeah, that's why humans are special, because we're made from the combination of everything. Anyway, I've reached the end of this video. So, peace.